We are ready to go live. We are ready to go live. Let's see. We are live.
Yay!
We did it. Hey, beautiful people, if you're watching this, that means you're amazing. That means you're powerful, and that means you are supposed to be in this space in this moment at this time. I am Dr. Sade Wayadu, and I'm super excited because we got Dr. Laura Lewis here, who is going to be one of our phenomenal speakers at the Girl Your Brand is a Big Deal conference, June 9th, 10th, and 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, in Buckhead. If you have not received your ticket, listen, you got to get your ticket. If you have not received your ticket, this is what I want you to do. Go invite a friend to the conference as well, because caring is sharing. The more, the merrier. We want to pack the house. I know there's people who are supposed to be in this space. And I know some of you know people. Everybody knows somebody in Atlanta. Let's be 100% clear about that. Who needs to be in the room so their lives, their businesses, their families can be transformed from the things that we're going to do. So without further delay, I'm super excited to be sharing with you our phenomenal speaker and guest expert, Dr. Laura Lewis, who is based in Atlanta. Dr. Laura, thank you so much for being here. Let the people know who you are. Tell them what you do in the world and how amazing you are.
Well, first, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited here. So just a little bit about myself. I am a speaker coach. I teach speakers how to get booked and to speak. Speak my jam. It's really how I was able to scale my business because I was doing one-on-one services for a long time as a psychologist. And then I was like, I want to be able to reach more people and impact more lives. And so I started doing that through speaking, and then other thought leaders, counselors, coaches was like, how'd you get booked on NBC, or how'd you get booked on ABC, or just questions about getting started booking speaking engagements. And then so I started a community called the Couch to Podium Academy, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Ooh, so tell us, how many speaking engagements have you had over the years since you
Over
began
the
speaking?
years, I've done just over 1,000 speaking engagements. I've spoken all over the nation. I started with a 30-city speaking contract, just pitched them. They said yes. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's take this thing on the road. And they covered my flight, my hotel, and paid me to speak. And that's kind of how I learned how to the speaking, the business part of speaking is in that 30-city tour.
30-city tour. She's done over 1,000 speaking engagements, hundreds of paid speaking gigs, and not only that, a paid 30-city speaking tour. So I want you to know, when you come to the Girl Your Brand's a Big Deal conference, you're not just hearing from anybody and everybody. You're hearing from the right bodies. You're hearing from people who are doing the things that they are teaching about. They didn't do them 10, 15, 25 years ago. They're doing them today. So you're getting up to date expert strategy and information. So I'm excited about that because people need to know their voice, their message is a big deal. So can you share with our audience a little bit about, just a little bit, just a little, tantalize them about what they're going to be learning from you while we're at this conference from your presentation?
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away
Not
because
giving all the stuff
y'all
away.
need to get on ticket and be in the building. But some of the things that I'll be talking about is how to package and position yourself to speak. There's so many lessons that I learned from dusted elbows and busted kneecaps. It's just things that I learned along the way that I want to save you some time by you learning my life lessons. So one of the things when I first got started, I started with the photo shoot and a phone. That's all I had. Was
Mm.
I had a $10 photo shoot from Groupon, and I had a phone, and I was just on the phone making calls, letting people know what I speak about. And so one of the things that we'll talk about at the conference is we'll talk about how to properly package yourself so that you can attract the right speaking engagements to you. And I know that many of you may be getting asked to speak speak for speaking opportunities, but you're not sure, is this the right speaking opportunity for me? So I'll be sharing with you some of my key questions that I ask in making that decision about if it is the right speaking opportunity and its alignment with your brand. There's some key questions I ask.
Key questions. Understanding if it's in alignment with your brand. That's super important because every opportunity is not the right opportunity for you. So I'm super excited that this is a good opportunity and right opportunity for Dr. Laura Lewis to be here with us today. Can you give us like one tip if someone's thinking about speaking, they want to step their pinky toe into this space? What is one piece of advice that you would give to them?
Okay, I have so many tips of advice, but I'll try to break it down to one. So one of the things that you need to be mindful of is who you speak to. One of the mistakes that I made early on is that I was speaking to everybody. If you speaking to everybody, boo, your message is not resonating with nobody. So I think really getting super clear about this is the audience that needs what I have to offer, and then making sure that that is in alignment with how you're showing up online. One time I was invited to speak at this event, and they were like, well, should we just use your LinkedIn profile picture? And I didn't even give them my LinkedIn profile. So just to know that they had went to LinkedIn, looked me up, like, what if I was talking about random stuff on LinkedIn? Then they probably would have been like, she probably really don't do this for real, for real. And so you just want to make sure that what you're pitching, that's what your brand is showing up online. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see that a lot of people make mistakes in like being either generalists or just talking about all sorts of random things on their social media, and it makes it so that their brand isn't sticky, because people will look you up. Organizations will go to your Instagram page to check you out.
Absolutely. So you want to make sure that you're being clear about who you are in the marketplace. It is consistent. That brand consistency is going to be super important. Dr. Laura, tell us why your brand is a big deal.
My brand is a big deal because I help people amplify their voice and I help people get their message out. A lot of aspiring speakers turn to me when they're like, oh my gosh, like I put on my website that I'm a speaker. Why aren't speaking opportunities finding me? And so I really show them how they can market themselves effectively as a speaker, because it's some outbound marketing that's involved in securing speaking engagements. And that was one thing that I didn't know when I first started. I thought, oh, I just put it on my website and people will show up. No, boo, that's not how this speaking, not if you're doing it as a business. Like if you as just air once in a while, I get on stage, then maybe. But if you're really trying to make money as a speaker, then it's going to require outbound marketing. And I think my brand is a big deal because I show people how they can do that, how they can show up big and bold online and do what they love. Because one of the things I love to do is travel. Travel is like my love, my joy. And so I incorporate that into my business. So as a psychologist, when you're working with me, it's not just like you're working with someone to teach you how to speak, but also how to set up your life in a way that makes you happy, because you get to travel to the places you love. And, you know, that's important to me.
We both love to travel. So what's your favorite place to go? What's your favorite place?
Okay, I have two places that I absolutely love that I was like, okay, I have to go these two places every year. So one is the Greek islands. I love Santorini, Greece. And then the other one is Cape Town, South Africa. Those are my two.
Oh, I haven't been to Cape Town. Where did I go? I went to Johannesburg, but I haven't been to Greece yet. One day we're going to get there.
Yes, it's happening. I love how you said yes.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming soon. Yeah, what's my favorite?
Yeah.
One of my favorites is South Korea and Las Vegas. I got to get there every 5 minutes. You don't gotta convince me to get on a plane to get to Las Vegas.
Didn't you do a retreat in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, and we have another one coming up in August. You cannot get me out of that place. As a matter of fact, I was there 2 weeks ago. I like that place. Bermuda, I love it. So let us know in the chat, what are some of your favorite places? Travel makes me excited. That's why part of that I like speaking, being able to incorporate this love and passion that we have. Why don't you add on a speaking engagement? If you're going to be going to these places, see if you can get an opportunity to speak. So now some of your travel becomes a business expense. I'm not an accountant, nor do I play one on TV. But hey, listen, I like to, if we can make two things happen at one time, I like it. And if I can get somebody else to pay for my flights, I like that too. So that part, let's go to Bermuda on the University of Bermuda's dime or something. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a real school, but maybe it is. So what are some tips? So if people are on the fence and they're thinking about getting to a live event and they are a speaker, what are some tips or advice that you would give somebody? They're looking at this video, they're watching the replay, and they're like, you know what? I'm thinking about coming. We have live stream tickets available as well. Make sure you get your ticket. Hey, Brian, how are you? What are some feedback or advice you would give somebody who's thinking about attending the Girl Your Brand's a Big Deal conference, but maybe they're on the fence?
One thing that I'll say is that get off the fence, boo, because attending conferences have been a game changer for my business. And part of it is that sometimes entrepreneurship can be lonely. Like you're in your office or in your room and you're working behind the scenes, and that can be isolating. It's difficult to grow in isolation. So you need to be at this event so that you can build relationships, so you can learn the things that you do not know. And trust me, boo, it's stuff that you don't know because marketing changes. We talk about like the best MySpace strategy, and then MySpace is gone. So you have to stay up to date and current in your marketing. And the reason why you need to be at this particular conference, Your Brand is a Big Deal, because Sade is amazing. Like, why would you not be in Sade's presence when she's putting on an event? You need to show up and be in the room because it's going to change your life. Like when there's certain rooms that you are in that your life changes, your mind expands, you believe in yourself in a new way, you get strategies on how you can take your brand to the next level. So don't think about it. Register. Like, you need to be there. You need to be there because you're going to be poured into. When Sade puts on an event, it's love in that room. It's joy in that room. Like, trust me, I have been to her events, and you're not going to be the same. You're going to grow, you're going to expand, and your business needs this right now.
I love that. I'm writing that down. There's love in the room. There's joy in the room. We've been having this reoccurring theme, like you're supposed to be in the room. And this is why we are pushing people less than 2 weeks away from the conference to get there, because there's something you're looking for. There's something that you need. There's something that is supposed to be happening in your life. And you're just one connection away, one idea away, one person away from getting there. And our shifts that have happened in our businesses have happened because we was in rooms. I am very adamant about this. Get in a room with some people. And I'm not just bringing you any people. We didn't just slap people's names on a graphic or a landing page. These are people who are doing the work in real time. They are not just people who are just saying they're doing it. They're doing it. And they're also helping other people do it. So you're getting someone who's had hundreds of paid speaking gigs, okay? Hundreds. Don't run, don't walk, run and get your ticket. Whether it's the in-person ticket so you can physically be in the space, or it's the virtual ticket so you can virtually be in the space and be impacted by what is going to transpire next weekend, okay? I like that there's power in proximity. Things happen when you're able to have a conversation. So this event, I keep telling people, it's gonna be intimate. I've been doing these pop-up tours, and I'm gonna be talking about that later this weekend. And there's something about, we lost a lot of connection during the pandemic.
So much.
We was isolated. Everybody knew about Zoom. We lost some of this connection. We literally have a new generation, the babies, what are they called? The Rona babies, who have lost a sense of connecting with other people because
Yes.
they literally all they know is being at home.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
right.
we didn't understand the power of being with people. And I know in your practice, your professional practice, relationships and being connected in proximity with people is powerful. It's our lifeline. We need other people to be good, to be well in the world. If we talk about even what happens to people who are in solitary confinement,
Yes.
there's data and studies about this. We need other people. So sometimes you're trying to do this by yourself. You think that it's just about you and you need to put your head down and not tell nobody what you're doing because you need to be focused. You need to be there. Somebody said, where's this conference? Atlanta, Georgia, June 9th, 10th, and 11th in Atlanta, Georgia. You can go to thebigdealconference.com, thebigdealconference.com. Get your seat. Not only should you get a seat, you should invite a friend. You tag somebody in this broadcast and you let them know that they need to be there.
Mm-hmm. Get on the train.
Get on the train, bus, boat, and plane. This is the Speak and Travel crew. That sounds like something, Dr. Lori. Write that down. Speak and Travel. That sounds like that's supposed to be some kind of event somewhere luxurious. I don't know where, but I just put it out there because we definitely like to speak and travel and let your love for your speaking business fuel and fund your love for travel. Why not? We can do both and. So these are the kinds of things we're talking about.
Sure.
We're excited. We're pumped. So we talked about like you being in this space. So if you're not there, it's Atlanta, Georgia, June 9th, 10th, and 11th. In Buckhead, VIP day starts on June 9th. We have some special things in store for our VIPs. June 10th and 11th is for our general admission and live streamers. If you want a discount code for in-person, it is Big Deal. Use the coupon code Big Deal when you are registering and you should get $50 off. So make sure you get your tickets. All tickets are increasing on June 1st. So get there. Get there, get there, get there. Dr. Laura, what are some last minute, maybe some last feedback that you want to leave our audience with this evening or this afternoon?
The feedback that I want to give to you guys is you have a message. You have a message that's inside of you, and you have a purpose, a divine purpose. I believe that each and every one of us has a purpose that we're put on earth to deliver into the world. And speaking is such an amazing way to get your message out there. I'll never forget, like, I was doing this event. I had got booked to speak at this event. And it was like 4 people there. And I was like, oh my God, like it's 4 people. Like, what is happening? And so I remember like going in and speaking like it was 100 people in the room. And I remember it was this lady that came up to me afterwards and she said, you know what? I was on the brink of divorce. Like I had got together and I was ready to file. And as a result of me hearing you speak, I believe I know what I can do to restore my marriage. And I was like, if it was just one person that came to an event and their life was transformed and they believed in a new way that they can move forward, they restored their hope, then it's worth it. And so I share that with you to say that you have a purpose and there's somebody that's praying out there for you to show up, to be bold about what you do. And so you need to be in this room so you can learn the business side, so you can learn how to show up as your brand being a big deal, how to package and position your message so that you can speak more on the right stages. And that's what you're going to learn when you come to this event. So register today. Don't miss out. Opportunities don't come all the time, right? There's so many people that sit on the fence and then you wake up and you lost some momentum. So be there, be in the room. Your brand needs this right now.
Your brand is a big deal. There is no coupon code for virtual. Virtual will actually be increasing by $100 on June 1st. So that is the coupon. It's already discounted. But the prices will be going up for all of the tickets. So make sure you get your ticket. We want to see you in the room. We want to see you in virtual. We want to see you in person so that we can just pour into you. I love it. There's going to be joy in the room. There's going to be happiness in the room. And there's going to be power in proximity, like Brian Oles has said in the chat. I want to say thank you so much for saying yes. And, full transparency. I just slide in people DMs like, hey, are you available? Can you do this? And she said yes. So thank you for trusting in this process. Thank you for trusting in me. Thank you for saying yes to be there. And I cannot wait to hear from you and how you're going to pour into our community. Thank you so much, everyone, for being on here. Have an amazing holiday. Enjoy it and make sure you get your tickets before the price increases, because I guarantee you the prices will be going up and they won't be this price anytime soon again. So make sure you get there, because there's power in being in proximity with amazing people. Our speakers are phenomenal. We are debuting them and sharing them out all week long and going into next week, leading up to the conference. We've done some interviews on Instagram. We've done interviews on Facebook. So make sure you're checking them out and getting your ticket. Most importantly, get your ticket. You should be able to, her information is on the conference website as well. So make sure you are checking it out and joining us so we can support you. How can they stay connected to you, Dr. Laura?
You can follow me on Instagram, Couch to Podium. Go to Instagram and put in Couch to Podium, and you can follow me there. I'm always creating some great content whenever I get asked a question. And connect with me at the conference so I can give you a hug.
To the conference. Get to the conference.
I want to see you guys in person at the conference, because it's going to be fire.
That's where we want to see you at. Everyone have a great evening, afternoon, whichever one you want to call this. And we will see you in our next broadcast with another phenomenal speaker. Again, go to the Big Deal Conference. Oh, I think I can show it, right? TheBigDealConference.com. TheBigDealConference.com. Don't walk, run and get your tickets. And we will see you in Atlanta, Georgia. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out.